Well, hello, students. Once again, this is Professor Shalomo Levy from Northampton Community College. I'm recording a video to talk to you about our course on the American Civil War and Reconstruction. We're now about in the fourth week of the semester. I think it's going very well. What I'd like to talk to you about today is about our upcoming exam, what it's going to cover, some unique features about our security program, and also about some lectures that I've included as a new feature in our Blackboard course shell. Also, I'd like to talk to you about some of your classmates. I've had a chance now to read a lot of your work, particularly to read your autobiographies. I think we have a very interesting group. I've selected a few of your essays almost at random, but certainly some of the best ones. So we're happy to have with us this semester Kim. She describes herself as a Native American, Cherokee, and Oswegan, but she also says she has pure German, Polish, Irish, English, German, and Mediterranean ancestry mixed in as well. But she's born in Easton, Pennsylvania, and grew up in New Jersey. She lives on a farm where she has 3 horses, 2 dogs, and an assortment of chickens, goats, and cows. She has always had an appreciation for history and a special interest in the Civil War. We also have Diana. She is descended from European royalty. Her great-grandmother was born a baroness in Poland before moving to Brooklyn, if we can believe that. The family moved to Pennsylvania when she was just 5. Diana has a very courageous and inspiring life story, I think. She worked her way through high school under some very difficult circumstances. Her goal is to become a writer, possibly a journalist. Her essay shows that she has talent. When she is not working or studying, Diana is very involved in her church where she teaches Sunday school. We also have Andrew, who is 22. His ancestors are from Italy, but most importantly, his American relatives originated from Astoria, Queens, where I was born. He is very athletic, works temporarily in the hospitality industry until he earns his degree in network management. One of the things you should know about Andrew, he tells us that he is, quote, in love with the girl of his dreams, end quote. Well, we're very happy for you, Andrew. But we hope you stay focused, and we hope that that new relationship lasts at least to the end of the semester. We also have Stephanie. She is German and Irish, but doesn't identify with any ethnicity. She was baptized a Catholic, but she is not now an active parishioner. Now, I don't know if Stephanie is pulling our leg, but she says that she might like to move to Florida or California to study zoo technology and possibly start her own zoo. Stephanie certainly has personality, and we look forward to hearing a lot from her this semester. We have Kenneth. Kenneth is an entrepreneur. He owns his own landscaping business, although this time of the year they're shoveling more snow than cutting grass. His goal is to become the CEO of a major corporation, and so he is majoring in business administration here at NCC. He's also an alumnus who has taken classes with me in the past, and so we're happy to have you back, and I hope you enjoy this course on the Civil War as much. We have Lucy. She is of proud Italian heritage and also has deep roots in Penn Argyle, Pennsylvania. Lucy has a colorful family history. She shared a very amusing story about one of her ancestors, a great grandfather who ran an illegal nightclub in Chicago during the days of Prohibition. It appears that he may have been a friend or enemy of Al Capone. This is a good writer who knows how to craft an engaging story, as we can see. We also have Gabrielle, and I don't know if Gabrielle will really want me to mention her essay, since she said in it, quote, I don't play well with others and have no desire to correct this, end quote. Well, this kind of makes her stand out even more, and indeed, she does have a very interesting background. She is from the West Coast, which makes her unique in this class of Pennsylvanians. Moreover, Gabrielle is retired, which means she is probably a tad older than a lot of you 18-year-olds. She has served in the military, traveled to many countries, and speaks several languages. So, what do we have in common? We all have a love of history. We're happy to have Gabrielle in our class. I am sure that she will have a lot to contribute to our discussions. One other interesting thing about Gabrielle is that despite her antisocial tendencies, it seems that Gabrielle was one of the most hospitable students in our class, that she wrote several encouraging notes and replies to you, her classmates. So, despite her curmudgeonly self description, she seems to be very friendly indeed. So, that's an irony. We also have Caitlin. Caitlin is another one of our students in our class who's a great writer and storyteller. And that's why I like that. And that's probably why I selected these, especially when it comes to telling true stories about her family history. I'll leave much of the factual details to your own reading of her essay, which I encourage you to do, particularly a detailed description of her equestrian career as a horse trainer. What I wish to call your attention to is the style of her prose. She exhibits the kind of uh, uh, essay that I like to see in discussions. This is my advice to you. Write essays like this that people will enjoy reading. Boring, mechanical, and vacuous entries on your part leads to hours of boring grading on my part. It also discourages your classmates from bothering to read what their classmates are writing. That would be a pity. So read Caitlin's essay to get an idea of how good these weekly discussions can be. Also, we have Brienne. Her essay reads like a breath of fresh air, a ray of sun on a winter day. It is one of those essays in this online environment where you never see a person's face, but you can get an impression of them from their writing. In Brienne's case, you see a very warm, smiling, and friendly person. She wrote to almost half the people in her section, so you probably have all heard from Brienne. And she is also an alumnus who has taken classes with me in the past. And good to have you back, Brienne. Finally, I'm going to talk about Christopher. Christopher ranks at the top of the class with this essay assignment. Although not the only person with a military background, he has a distinguished record that is noteworthy. After graduating from high school, he enlisted in the Air Force, completed training at Lackman Air Force Base in Texas, was stationed in Okinawa, Japan, where he met his wife. Then in 2006, he was sent to the country of Qatar, I think also pronounced Qatar, as part of Operation Iraqi Freedom. He served 6 years before moving to Eastern Pennsylvania and enrolling at NCC. I hope that he can bring his military perspective to some of the issues we will be encountering in the Civil War, particularly as it relates to battles, tactics, and generals. So, as I said, a very interesting group that we have, and a very intelligent group, I think, as well. And as for your exam, it will cover chapters 1 through 7 of your text and all the assigned material for the first 4 weeks of the course. So the historical documents, my PowerPoints for those weeks that I offered them, and I also included a study guide. So if you look under the test folder, there is a study guide there that identifies what I think are the most important people, events, and concepts covered in these first 4 weeks of the course. Check off the things that you know and study the things that you don't know. That's how you make productive use of your study time. The other feature that I mentioned is when you take the exam, which will be available to you from Thursday to Sunday. So you have 4 days in which to take the exam. No books or websites or any material other than your brain is allowed during these exams. And to try to ensure that that is the case, I use a security program called Respondus Lockdown Browser. Under the test folder, I have some descriptions and a video describing how that program works. Basically, you cannot take the exam in a normal browser. You must use this security Respondus Lockdown Browser. It is free to you, and I have instructions on how to load it if you need to. It is already on all college computers. If you're taking taking the exam on campus, you don't need to install it. Just click the Respondus Lockdown browser, and then start Blackboard and take the exam. If you're taking it from home, you'll need to load that on your home computer, check all your equipment to make sure it functions properly, and then take the exam. Finally, I have created a link, a tab actually, in Blackboard called Yale Lectures. And what I did there is for students who would like to be able to see actual lectures, not just to do reading in an online course, but to actually have lectures like you would on campus. Professor David Bright at Yale University has recorded his entire Civil War and Reconstruction course and made his lectures available in iTunes University. I inserted that in our Blackboard course, and I recommend each week what lectures from Professor Blight would be relevant to the material we're covering in the course. So you get the advantage both of reading and also some of the classroom experience of hearing an expert talk about the Civil War. So I hope you're enjoying the course, and if you have any additional questions, feel free to contact me either by email, you can call me, or if you're in the area, you can come by during my office hours and we can sit here and talk about the course and talk about your experiences in it. So take care and be well.